I'm here at the offices of Poor Magazine, which is a non-profit organization that provides media access for poor people living in the Bay Area. And this is Jewnbug Hall. Jewnbug is with Parent Voices. It's a grassroots parent-led organization that works on childcare. So Jewnbug, we've got Meg Whitman running for governor. She's spending $500,000 a day on the governor's race. A number of debates are coming up, and what you're doing today is kind of a mock debate with Meg Whitman. What would you ask Meg Whitman if you were at that debate?
I would ask Meg Whitman, what is her plans to eradicate poverty? Because as long as poverty exists, families are going to need childcare. As long as poverty exists, families are going to need to have affordable housing. As long as poverty exists, we're going to need CalWORKs. What we get on CalWORKs is already 50% below the poverty line. It's already crumbs, and now you want to try to take that away from us. We barely make it. I've been on CalWORKs for a minute, and I work very hard. I'm the one who works and advocates for childcare in the state of California. I work very hard, and I also advocate for health care. I work with the San Francisco Health Plan to make sure that families are also be able to get the best health insurance that they need in San Francisco. I work and volunteer my time at my son's school and facilitate workshops. I take care of 2 children. I work very hard. I'm a voter. I've helped get politicians into office. I co-founded Family Project at Poor Magazine, which provides free child care to families so that they can do journalism and bookmaking and learn computer literacy skills, etc., etc. So we work very hard, but unfortunately the cost of living is so high. So if you're going to cut all these services, my question to you is, what's plan B then? What is your plan to eradicate poverty? What is your plan to make sure that children are taken care of and that children aren't going to be abused? Because child care is a prevention of abuse. Child care is a prevention for people being able to do academically well. If you basically don't have a good educational foundation for a child, and basically they can end up becoming illiterate, well, we all know, and maybe you don't know, but I think you do know, because I think there's a conspiracy here to basically continue to criminalize poor people and to move us out of our homes and into cells. Is that why is the prison system looks at the test scores of about, I think it's 3rd graders' reading skills. Why is that? And based on those scores is how they project how many beds to build in the prison system. They're basically looking at who's literate versus who's illiterate, and that's how they know. And you're setting our children up to be illiterate by eliminating childcare. You're setting us up to be houseless on the street without CalWORKs. CalWORKs helps pay a portion of my rent so that I can provide a roof over my 2 children's head. I do all this work, but the income coming in doesn't match the cost of living. You know what I'm saying? If you want us to be able to be more self-sufficient, then you need to lower the price tag. Every time I turn around, my cost of living, my basic rights, my basic needs are attached to a price tag. We have something called the Human Declaration of Rights here, and by you even putting the idea out there that it's okay to eliminate CalWORKs is a direct insult and a violation of the Human Declaration rights.
Now, what do you think, because you work with so many parents and children, these voices are missing in most media? What do people need to know about the reality that parents and children are facing, especially as they're struggling just to make ends meet?
Say that part again, I'm sorry.
What do you think people need to know as they're struggling to make ends meet, parents and children?
I think that for my message to my comrades, to other families out there, is that we need to obviously continue to advocate on behalf of our children, to advocate on behalf of each other, to develop better support networks, to be creative. We need to be creative and kind of tap into the immediate resources that we have amongst each other, and to really work together on creating an immediate plan so that we can try to lessen the blow and these attacks that are happening with the budget cuts. But I think that there's a lot of power in us that needs to be more amplified. We need to get more radical. I think it's time for us to take demonstrations and protests to a whole new level. I think it's really time for us to start to kind of move off the grid, because if the government is not going to help us, then it's like we obviously need to learn how to develop our own kind of government that is going to help us. A government is supposed to be for the people, by the people, and if the government is not providing for us, I think that we need to move off the grid. I think that we need to be able to develop other things. I think that any politician in office, though, is accountable to the people. and yet constantly are attacking us through all these cuts. You know, Gandhi said that poverty is the worst act of violence you can do to a human being. So by committing acts like that, it's a direct attack against us. You know, can I fight you back? You have your U.S. military, you have your police. What is my way to fight back? Yeah, I can advocate, I can make a dance to dance all through your lawn at the state capitol. I can make a movie, I can make a rap song about it, I can make a poem about it. I can do all those things to fight and advocate about it. But the truth is the politician going to change their mind? Maybe and maybe not. But we the people can change law. We can create law. And whether you get a bozo or a champ in office, law is law, and they will have to follow it. But the law lies in our hands. We have to become the lawmakers and change it all. Change it all. Change the policies, change the protocols, change the laws, so that we can work towards eradicating poverty, not to eradicate humanity, not to eradicate a child, not to eradicate a mom or a dad or a family or a grandma or an auntie, anybody. We're supposed to be eradicating poverty. Poverty is the enemy here, not people who are struggling and suffering, trying to work and cope with poverty.
Well, thank you so much, Jewnbug Hall. Jewnbug is with Parents' Voices. It's a grassroots organization that's led by parents working on childcare.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Childcare keeps California working.